In this video, I am going to be sharing how I made this lovely and stylish ladder sleeve. I will also share how I combined halter neck and round neckline together in one dress. My name is Jovita Ume, and if you are interested in this, watch this video to the end so you don't miss out. Hit the subscribe button and let's get started. The measurements and materials needed for this stylish sleeve is on your screen, guys. I started off by placing my fabric on fold like this. Because I want to cut the two sleeves at the same time, I will fold it again. Place my tape on it and mark out the sleeve length at 9 inches plus 2 inches seam and hemming allowance. That's 11 inches. I will shift small and mark it out again. Then come up to this side and mark out 4 inches. For the round sleeve, I will place my tape this way and mark out the round sleeve divided by 2. 13 divided by 2 is 6.5 inches plus 1 inch seam allowance. That's 7.5 inches. After marking it out, I will draw a horizontal line on the marks. Then come down here and repeat the same thing. Next, I will place my tape like this and mark out the armhole measurement at 9 inches. To get your armhole measurement, divide your bust measurement by 6 and add 1.5 inches to it. After marking it out, I will use my chalk to make the round sleeve measurement very visible. Guys, I'm sorry the chalk is not visible enough because of the type of fabric I am working with. So next, I will get my ruler and connect the marks like this with a straight line. Then carve out the sleeve cap very well to connect with the round sleeve. After making the lines visible with my chalk, I will get my scissors and cut it out. Please don't forget to notch the center cap. As you can see, we have succeeded in cutting two sleeves at the same time. For the ladder design, I will place my tape like this and come down by 1.5 inches. After marking it out, on that mark, I will place my tape again and mark out 1.5 inches for the ladder design opening. I will come down small and mark it out again. Continue marking it out till I get to the down part of the sleeve. Then use my ruler to mark out a straight line on the marks. After that, I will use my scissors and cut it out. This is what yours should look like after cutting. I will open it up, separate the two sleeves, then get what we just cut out to confirm the measurement so as to know the exact measurement to cut out for the ladder rungs. Here I am contemplating on how many I want the rungs to be, because that's what will determine the length to be cut out. I decided to mark it out first. For the spacings too, I decided to use 1.25 inches. Please, you can decide to use 1 or 1.5 or 2 inches for yours, depending on what you want or how spaced out you want yours to be. I placed my tape and marked out 1.25 inches, then gave 1.25 inches space before marking out the second one. I will mark it out till I get to the down part. So in total, I gave like 6 markings. Now to cut out the long rope that will serve as the ladder rungs, I will check 3 inches into 6 places. That is like 18 inches plus 1 inch seam allowance for each of the 3 inches. That will be in total 24 inches. I added extra ½ inch to be on a safer side. Here I have cut out a long material of 24.5 inches by length and 2 inches by width. This is it here. Make sure it's 2 for the 2 sleeves. Next is to sew it the way we normally sew our rope. I will just fold it like this and sew it ½ inch down. This is it, guys. I am done sewing the rope. Next is to turn it right side out. I got my safety pin, attached it to one end and then used it to turn it to the right side, just like you see me doing in the video. After turning it out, this is what it should look like. I have also gone ahead to turn the second one. Before I start cutting, I will get the second sleeve and also mark out where to place the rungs. After marking it out, here I am cross-checking the opening measurement to confirm that it's still 3 inches. I will add extra 1 inch seam allowance to make it 4 inches. Then measure out 4 inches on the rope and get my scissors to start cutting. After cutting the first one, I will use it and cut out the second one. Cut out the third one, the fourth one, the fifth and the sixth one. Then cut off the excesses. As you can see, it's 6 rungs. I will keep it aside and repeat the same thing for the second sleeve. After cutting for the second sleeve, the next thing I am going to do is to start placing the rungs on the marks we marked out earlier for it. I will first show you guys with my office pin before we move over to the sewing machine. First, make sure to turn to the wrong side of the sleeve. Get the first rung. Please watch closely. Place it on the first marks exactly the way I am placing it here, and pin it down with my office pin. After pinning both ends, I will get the second rung. Please watch very well to avoid mistake. I am pinning it to the right side of the sleeve indirectly. After pinning this end, I will get my pin, turn to the right side of the sleeve small, and pin down the other end. I will get the third rung and pin it down. Get the fourth, fifth and sixth one. After pinning everything to the marks, next I will measure the opening all round like this so as to know the length of bias to cut out for covering of the rough works. After measuring, I got like 22 inches. Added extra 2 inches to it, making it 24 inches. So I went ahead to cut out a bias of 24 inches. It will be used to cover the stitches, and to do that, first place the sleeve like this. Please watch very well. Place it this way, then use the bias to cover it all round. Now let's move on to the sewing machine and sew together so you understand it better. Here I have gone ahead to stitch down one end of the rungs to the marks. Please pay close attention to how I am placing the sleeve to avoid mistakes. I will get my chalk and make the markings visible enough so I don't misplace them. After that, I will place and arrange them this way on the marks. Then go ahead and start stitching them down on the marks created. After stitching the first rung, I will stitch the second, the third, till I get to the last one. Now this is what I have after the stitchings. This is the front. Make sure yours is looking like this as well. I will turn back to the wrong side of the sleeve. Get the bias we cut earlier to use and cover the stitches. First, I will place the sleeve this way. Also place the bias on it like this and start the first round stitching. Watch well to see the way I placed the bias and the sleeve while stitching. Now getting to this very end here, I will stop, bring it out, then pass in the remaining bias like this to the right side of the sleeve. Pass it in like this and turn to the right side. Dress and arrange it properly, just the way I am doing in the video, and then continue sewing. Getting to this other end here, you stop again, dress the bias like this and continue sewing again. Then getting to this first ladder rung design, I will stop again and send back the bias to the wrong side of the sleeve. Then turn it like this and continue sewing. I will continue sewing till I get to the end. This is what I have for the first round stitching. Next is the second round stitching, which is the sealing of the bias. And to achieve that, I will turn the sleeve like this and finally cover the whole stitches with the other part of the bias. This is me carefully doing the final stitching down to cover the rough works and to properly seal the bias. After everything, this is what the ladder sleeve design looks like. This is the front, very neat. Please give me a thumbs up if this was helpful. Next is to hem the down part, but before that, for the blouse tutorial video, just like I promised earlier, please check out the video card link that just appeared at the top right of your screen to watch the well-detailed tutorial and how I achieved the stylish neckline, how I combine halter neck and round neck together in one dress. I will also be attaching it to the description box so you can check it out later. With the hemming allowance we added earlier, I will use it and fold up the down part of the sleeve like this to meet with the last ladder rung. Then sew it down neatly. After sewing this side, I will also sew this other side. Everything is looking very neat. After that, I will couple up the sleeve and attach it to the blouse. This is me stitching the sleeve to the blouse. After that, this is what yours should look like. Please subscribe, like, drop a nice comment and share this video with your friends. Check the description box for our social media pages and groups to follow and join us there. Click on this picture to subscribe now. Thank you guys so much for watching till now. See you in my next video. Bye.